Well, good evening, all. I'm Epstein, and here I am with your metal market update. And this update is for Sunday, and we're at the 3rd of November, 2024. I am back from my vacation, rested as can be. I made myself a promise that the only thing I would do in the mornings is put out for my clientele what markets to be in and where to get out, and that's it. No recordings, no written updates, just that. I sent it to a number of you. I've never done that before, the way that I did it, and I did it via the spreadsheet that I show you each morning in the subscriber video, and bingo, it worked for just about most people. Some people didn't have QT, and they had to go out and get themselves hooked up with it, and we provided it with their subscription. They just didn't use it. They were using LGP or going to the website. I didn't publish it on the website. I didn't want to work, and I didn't. Did I look at the markets? No. Did I watch the evening news to see how the election was going and other world events? No. Did I spend time on my apps trying to read AP, every story, Reuters, Bloomberg? I can go on and on with everything that I subscribe to. No. I had a ball staying away from the market, so I came home fresh. And now I've spent the whole day today getting wrapped back in the marketplace and where you're at. Now, for those of you that follow some of these markets, you know that this is the big week. We have the election on Tuesday. We'll start hearing results on Tuesday night. Unless it's a landslide one way or the other, we probably will not know the results on Tuesday, but I don't know. Then if we hear the results, how do I know it won't be contested, and by who's going to contest it? I don't know the answer to that. I do know that come Thursday, the Federal Reserve is going to make their decision, and I'm betting that they will cut interest rates by 25 basis points because I saw the jobs numbers come out, and in looking at them today, actually for the first time, is when I really went through them. I see a weakening. I see an overstatement possibly. I don't know how accurate these numbers are. One line bothered me. The amount of recipients, those that responded, they were sent, fill out these forms and tell us what you've got, was down dramatically. It was under 50% of the amount of forms sent out. That means that why didn't those people respond? How accurate are these numbers? I question it all. That doesn't slip by me. But we know that we were going to get the impact of Boeing, and somewhere along the line here, these hurricanes, Milton, that have hit and everything, and we got it. So now the question is, where do we go with that? But that's past history. We know we'll get another set of revisionments, all right? They're going to do it each week, and then right shortly after the first of the year, we get another big set of revisionments that'll come in. So just accept the fact that you've got falling inflation and you've got, at the same time, a weakening jobs market based on the data that you have. And that should be enough for the Fed to make its move. Now, the Fed normally makes its move begins most meetings on Tuesday, finishes on Wednesday in most cases. It changed this. It began this on Wednesday, the meeting, the day after the election, and they'll announce on Thursday. They didn't want to be political. So see what they do and where they're at with it. But the CME group's got a big rating for this, going to be in the 95 percentile, that they'll go 25 basis points if you look at what the swaps are all doing. If you take a look at factory order data, you're going to get it tomorrow morning around 9. Look for a decline. That's what the market's estimating from the prior report. And so they're looking for a down 0.4. I think if I'm remembering right, August was down 0.2. The Baker Hughes rig counts came in unchanged right now for the U.S. You can see that right here. And if you look at the world, well, Canada, we always give that in this, but the rest of the international we look at pretty well balanced. Not much going on there. All right. So let's take ourselves back now to the markets and understand in the gold. I feel great in what I wrote to my clients when the market was up near the 2,800 level. I said, you probably want to now scoot out of everything in the futures. I didn't say that in the ETFs, by the way. I had traders in that, and they were able to come in on gold and buy this very nicely. Actually, they bought it originally, I don't mind telling you that, at 27.31. I think it was 27.31.40 just before I left. And then as it rallied up there, away they went, and it made my vacation feel great, because nothing like a client having a big hit in the market and you can walk away from it. I had one character write, I wasn't bullish gold. I've been nothing but bullish gold, so I don't know what planet that person's coming from. And I still am bullish gold. I haven't changed my opinion, but you want to temper everything. You don't know who's going to win. You don't know the impact. You don't know how the market's going to react to it. You think you know, but you never quite know. When you look at gold now, on a monthly close-only chart, because this month's going, well, if it finished here, you'd be at 27.4930, okay. When you look at gold on its peak, when it was up there, on a settlement basis, just a settlement, or you look at where it was, you can see how high it got up there. When we come back to gold and you look at a weekly chart, and by the way, it didn't settle, and I want to make that clear. I wrote that the peak was 28.0180. That was not the high settlement, so I don't want you to get confused. You'll see that right here as the market on this week, which is last week, got up to 28.0180 and finished at 27.4940. What I can tell you is in the morning, when I was spending about 20 minutes each morning just doing and sending out the spreadsheet to people, I wasn't even updating my charts, in all fairness. I didn't do my daily numbers and all that. Now I'm doing them again. Well, to make a long story short, I started jumping up and down as I saw how the market was going. And who wouldn't? You know, there's nothing like that when you've got paid people buying your services and you're doing well for them. Higher high, higher low. Do I know if they all took the trade? I don't manage people's money, but I know they all got it, and I did get nice emails about it, things of that nature. Higher lows, higher highs. You know, if you break down, the bigger support on a weekly basis is 25.65.60. I am not saying it's going there, but that's where the big support is. The resistance has been the upper Bollinger Band. It ran it, it backed under it, ran it, backed under it, ran it, and now backed under it temporarily again. Okay, that's a sign of a bull market. And what's been the one constant all the way through? The bullish embedded reading. The only reason I'd have told people to come out, and I did this, is the election. It's too big of an event this time around. Normally, you know who's going to win, and the differences between the two parties isn't as radical as this particular election. So I think that for futures markets, you be careful. Now, remember, in the futures, many of the brokerage firms, clearing firms, I should say, some brokerage firms, because there's different levels of brokerage being done, are raising margins. I saw one of our clearing firms go up to 150% margin now through the report, through the election, and they'll let us know when they will lower them back. I wait on that. When you look at the gold-silver ratio, you can see that you're still over the 18-week average, which means gold has come back from being under that number, but it's not saying it's going anywhere. It's not saying this is the trend. This is a correction. Now we've got to see if it can build on that. When you look at the silver market, you never did embed. You got overbought on a weekly basis, and you're correcting a little bit. In the copper, this is the big week for copper. Starting tomorrow, China has a members meeting of these committees that get together, and they're going to decide between now and the 8th, and we'll hear snippets of it throughout these meetings, as to what they're going to do for their economy. Are they going to throw more money at infrastructure? Are they going to shore up in some manner housing? Are they going to get housing demand going again? I don't know what they're going to do. I know they put money away to do a number of things, but that's the monetary part of it. Now we get to the fiscal part, and that's a whole different world. When we go to platinum, no surprise here. You got up for the first time to the Bollinger Band last week. You dropped back and went right back to the support, which should have been the first resistance, and it was the 200-week moving average. Market fought its battle there, and I would assume you're going to get support all the way down here. Last but not least, the dollar. It's been a vertical move. I wouldn't be surprised if it wants to pull back somewhere between the 18-week moving average in green, 103.42, and the 105, let's call it 54 level, the 18-week average. You're overbought, you're coming off a vertical rise, and who knows who wins this election and what it's all going to mean. But I'll be writing about this now twice daily for you. I'm back to writing my complete research. I've already done one for tonight that I'll be sending to my clients. It'll look like that. It looks very much like that. But then with specific buy and sell recommendations, if I want you to do anything, full of graphs, commentary, but meant to be read in a short span of time and drill an idea into you, and then follow up with it with the morning videos and so on. Specific, buy here, sell there, do this, do that, not general at all. You get your morning subscriber video that'll cover all these different parts of the market. When we look at everything through here, this is how the charts look. Often I'll show you two graphs on the same thing at a time. Then window envelopes, profit objectives. They're never support resistance. They're profit objectives always. You get our reports that'll play on all types of videos. You get a QT mobile for free you can use. You get charting software you can use. Your call as to what you want to do. You go with iraepstein.com research. You can move your cursor up to the top there. Either way, it'll get to it, and if you have questions, you can call my staff. I'm fresh, I'm back, and I'll see you in the morning.